This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, Macau Black Bears seek guest slot in the PBA. Race to PVL quarterfinals heats up in knockout round. Zambwanga unfazed ahead of one title defense in Tokyo. BattleBots Unleashed Humanoid Fight Club hits Shanghai. Irish court rejects Conor McGregor appeal. Civil rape verdict upheld. Aston Martin shock exit from F1 ownership in $110 million deal. Team valued at $2.4 billion. In Major League Baseball, Braves edge Reds 12-11 in wild 8-run inning showdown. In the WNBA, Valkyries grit out 68-67 win over Mystics. Meanwhile, Mikal Bridges inks $150 million deal with Knicks. Brotherhood over bag. And our sports correspondent reports on how homegrown surfing talent Jay-R Esquivel battled the waves and the world's best to clinch bronze at US Open Longboard. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 1st of August. Now, here's our roundup. After pushing Gilas to the edge, the Macau Black Bears now want a shot at the PBA. Following their strong showing versus Gilas Pilipinas, the Macau Black Bears are formally asking to join the PBA as a guest team for one or both import-laden conferences this season. Team President Lucas Peng wrote to Commissioner Willie Marshall pitching a professional team to represent Macau and the Filipino community while helping grow the PBA in Asia. Marshall welcomed the proposal and met with GM Kevin Connolly during the Gilas game. Connolly is the brother of NBA executive Tim Connolly of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Peng asked the PBA to allow players from China, Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan to be classified as locals, similar to the Bay Area Dragons setup. He also sought to include Filipinos and EASL registered players as locals. Now, under PBA rules, guest teams are allowed only one non-Asian import per import-laden conference. They are barred from joining the Philippine Cup. In the Gilas match, Macau fielded imports like Damian Chongqui, the EASL's first triple-double maker, along with Jennings Leung and Phoenix Shackelford, both considered locals. With 4 quarterfinal slots up for grabs, the race is on in the Premier Volleyball League on Tour's knockout stage. Farm Fresh takes on Capital One while Cherry Tigo battles Galleries Tower this Saturday at the Dasmariñas Arena as the PVL On Tour knockout round resumes. The Foxies third in Pool A at 3-2, duel with the winless Solar Spikers at 4 p.m. The Crossovers, also 3-2 in Pool B, clash with the 0-5 High Risers at 6:30 p.m. The winners advance to the quarters. Farm Fresh enters with momentum after taking down heavyweights Petrogas and Chocomucho, thanks in large part to Phil-Am rookie setter Alohi Robbins-Hardy, who's been engineering their fluid attack. Cherry Tigo, meanwhile, is out to redeem itself after missing an outright quarter spot following 2 tough losses. Now, it's win or go home. Undisputed one atomweight MMA world champion Denise Zambwanga is ready to defend her title in enemy territory as she faces Japan's Ayaka Miora at 173. Super Vaughn versus Noiri on November 16 at the Ariake Arena in Tokyo. Zambwanga was officially crowned champion in May after Stamp Fairtex withdrew from their unification bout due to injury. Now she faces Miura, who rides a 5-fight win streak, 4 by submission, and will be competing in front of her home crowd. Zambwanga is on a 4-fight streak of her own, her latest a TKO win over Aliona Rashonia that earned her the interim belt. Miora is expected to come in strong, backed by hometown support and momentum. But Zambwanga remains confident as she aims to retain her title and return home as champion. Now you've got to see, at Shanghai's World Artificial Intelligence Conference, humanoid robots are stepping into the ring and throwing down like seasoned fighters. Jabs, hooks, side kicks, all delivered with a precision and fluidity that could make even pro athletes take notice. It's the ultimate next-gen fight club where steel meets skill, and the future of combat is on full display. Now, could this be the future of boxing, where humans train the bots, and bots raise the bar for the sport itself? Only future can tell. Meanwhile, Conor McGregor's legal troubles continue as an Irish court has dismissed his appeal in a high-profile civil rape case. The MMA icon lost his appeal after a Dublin court upheld a civil jury's verdict that found him liable for sexually assaulting Nikita Hand in a hotel penthouse back in 2018. In November, the High Court in Dublin ordered McGregor to pay Hand nearly 250,000 euros in damages and an additional 1.3 million euros in legal costs. The case moved to civil court after Irish prosecutors declined to file criminal charges, citing insufficient evidence. McGregor claimed the encounter was consensual and accused Hand of fabricating the assault. But earlier this month, his lawyer abandoned a request to present new evidence. A 3-judge panel dismissed McGregor's appeal in full. Hand was present in court for the decision. McGregor was not. Now 37, the former UFC champ is also facing another lawsuit in Florida, where he's accused of sexually assaulting a woman in a bathroom during Game 4 of the 2023 NBA Finals. McGregor, once the face of the UFC, has recently made headlines for his political statements in Ireland and even hinted at a possible presidential run. There's a shakeup brewing in the Formula One paddock, and it's coming with a 9-0 price tag. Aston Martin, the name, the brand, the green racing icon, is about to sell a $146 million stake in its F1 team. According to Bloomberg, Aston Martin Lagonda, the road car company, is backing off the actual team ownership but holding on to the badge. And the timing? Not random. The team's valuation is expected to jump to a staggering $3.2 billion. Yes, with a B. And that's largely thanks to the deep pockets and deep vision of one man, Canadian billionaire Lawrence Stroll. Remember, this guy dropped $117 million back in 2018 when the team was still Force India and struggling to pay bills. Now, they've got Fernando Alonso, 8 podiums in 2023, a brand new factory. And oh yeah, Adrian Newey just walked in. But here's the real story. This isn't a we're out move. Stroll isn't selling out. He is stacking the deck. The Aston Martin name will still stay in the game through a long-term licensing deal. And Stroll, he's staying in full control. And he said it best. The green cars ain't going anywhere. This isn't just about a stake sale. This is about gearing up for 2026 when F1 changes everything. New engines, new aero rules, new chances to win. And Stroll wants to be at the front when the lights go out. It's billionaire chess on the most expensive race board in the world. And if you thought Aston Martin was just here for the vibes, think again. They're here to win. Now moving on to Major League Baseball, you won't believe this one. The Braves and Reds traded 8-run haymakers in a single inning, turning a routine ball game into an instant classic. The game looked like standard baseball through 7 innings. The Reds took a 3-0 lead in the 3rd. The Braves fought back to tie it in the 6th. And then, the 8th inning happened. The Braves lit up the scoreboard first, dropping 8 runs in the top of the 8th. 5 straight hits opened the floodgates, followed by 6 more base runners after a strikeout. The Reds used 4 pitchers to stop the bleeding, trailing 11-3. But Cincinnati wasn't done. They answered back with 8 straight hits of their own in the bottom half, capped by a 3-run bomb from Spencer Steer, tying it at 11 apiece. According to Elias Sports, it was only the 3rd time in MLB history that both teams scored at least 8 runs in the same inning, joining legendary games in 2004 and 2007. The game went to extras, where a sac fly from Marcel Ozuna in the 10th put Atlanta back on top, and closer Raisel Iglesias slammed the door to seal a thrilling 12-11 win. Now, baseball fans, this wasn't just a game, this was pure chaos on the diamond. And it's one we'll be talking about for years. In the WNBA, the Golden State Valkyries edged the Washington Mystics 68-67 after a tough fourth-quarter defensive stand at Care First Arena. The Mystics scored just 2 points in the final 7 minutes and missed a game-winning shot at the buzzer. Ileana Rupert, who started for the first time, dropped 11 points, 7 boards, and 2 steals. Veronica Burton had a double-double with 10 points and 10 assists, while Janelle Salaon hit the go-ahead bucket with 1 minute left. Kate Martin sparked off the bench with a team-high 14 points, including a clutch triple to close the 3rd quarter. The win pushes the Valkyries into the final playoff spot, now 8th in the standings. Tiffany Hayes also hit a career milestone, surpassing 10,000 minutes played in the WNBA. The Valkyries shot a scorching 71.4% in the first quarter, their second highest opening quarter of the season. Now they look to carry the momentum into their next matchup on home court. Big move in the Big Apple. Mikal Bridges commits to the Knicks, and he's doing it for the team, not just the payday. Mikal Bridges just locked in with the New York Knicks, agreeing to a 4-year, $150 million extension that signals championship intent. The deal, confirmed by a source on condition of anonymity, was first reported by ESPN. The Knicks gave up 5 first-round picks to get Bridges last June, and he's already showing he's worth it, taking less than the $156 million he could have earned to stay with his former Villanova teammates Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart. Bridges, the NBA's Iron Man, has never missed a game since entering the league in 2018. He averaged 17.6 points last season and delivered clutch defense in the Knicks' playoff run that included a shocker over the 2024 champion Boston Celtics. From a finals run with Phoenix to a trade for Kevin Durant to now, Bridges is built for big moments. And with New York coming off its first East Finals appearance since the year 2000, this could be the start of something special. And here's your dose of daily sports lingo. Can you name the pass that never touches water in water polo? It's called a dry pass. It's a crucial part of high-level play in the pool. A dry pass is a type of pass where the ball travels directly from one player to another through the air without even hitting the water. It's used to maintain momentum, allow quick shots, and keep defenders guessing. This type of pass is often used on the perimeter during a man-up situation or to keep the offense fast and dynamic. A well-placed dry pass can be the difference between a missed opportunity and a game-winning goal. Now it's time for our off-court buzzer. The legend returns to the green, and fans, especially the sports-minded, are eating it up. Happy Gilmore 2 swung back into screens with a whole new trick shot era that's got golfers and moviegoers hooked. The sequel was an instant hit, racking up 46.7 million views in just 3 days, making it Netflix's biggest US film opening ever. Adam Sandler's long-awaited follow-up to his 1996 cult comedy landed at #1 on Netflix's top 10 English-language movies. giving fans plenty of reasons to laugh and cheer. This time, the story takes a more emotional swing, with Happy retired from golf and turning to the bottle until he's forced back onto the fairway to fund his daughter's ballet dreams in Paris. Shot on location at the legendary Whistler Golf Club in British Columbia, the film delivers big on comedy, cameos, and nostalgia, with Benny Safdie, Bad Bunny, Travis Kelce, and Sandler's real-life family joining the cast. Plus, PGA stars Rory McIlroy and Scottie Scheffler also making appearances. Christopher McDonald is back as the infamous Shooter McGavin. And the original Happy Gilmore also climbed back up the charts, landing at number 3 globally with 11.4 million views, proving this comedic sports classic is still sinking putts almost 30 years later. And that's our roundup for tonight, the 1st of August. When we return, our sports correspondent Sheila Salaysay reports on how homegrown surfing talent Jay-R Esquivel battled the waves and the world's best to clinch bronze at the US Open Longboard. So better keep it here on The Scorecard. Welcome back to The Scorecard. This homegrown Filipino surfer from La Union is making waves in Huntington Beach, riding his way to global glory. Here's our sports correspondent Sheila Salaysay with a report on our very own King of the Waves, Jay-R Esquivel.
Filipino longboard surfer Rogelio Jay-R Esquivel Jr. delivered a masterclass performance at the opening leg of the 2025 International Men's Longboard Tour in Huntington Beach, California, USA. The 29-year-old from San Juan, La Union powered his way to a third-place finish, outsurfing some of the world's best in style. Esquivel opened strong with a win over American Tony Silvani, then took down Portugal's Antonio Dantas.
Good for his hometown. This is a great way to start.
Yeah, you see the opening wave within the first 30 seconds of this heat, and this is going to really set the pace for JR. He gets the nice opening nose ride and finishes it off. But his home in La Union, you see the tip time there, nice up close and personal, getting that tight 5, really locked into that critical part of the section. And the judges are going to like that, and then using that work, that tail and that rail work, and then finishing it out here as the wave kind of peters out on the end there, but getting that last bit of the 5.
In the round of 16, he shocked Australia's Max Weston.
Their countrymen and women. This is a second wave here now already for JR. But, you know, shout out and a magandang umaga to everyone that's watching.
For JR, look at that poise up on the nose.
So this came in at a 417. I like the drop knee setup. I like the 5. I like the quick touch of the 10. He went to a little single heel.
Then delivered another upset against Hawaii's Kaniela Stewart in the quarterfinals.
Think of this, Cote. This looks like a good right.
This looks like a grower. JR out on the nose and extended. Hang at 10.
Wow.
One of the most classic maneuvers in all of surfing, done proper by Jay-R Esquivel. He wants more. Trying to glide in towards the sand. If he can connect here, this is going to be a big score. He rides out clean, one more turn.
He sets himself up, uses the drop knee, 4 steps into the stall. There's the 10, leaning forward, all knees over the tip of the board and holding back on the 5 as he then cuts back.
The semifinals set up a familiar showdown against American Taylor Jensen, the very same rival who edged him out in 2024.
As we can see, TJ, a Firewire rider, looking to get that backup score. A 317, Cote, is this going to be it?
I mean, Magic Carpet just easily got him through that flat section. There's the backside snap.
And in another thriller, Jensen once again snuck past the Filipino with a score of 13.84 to 12.77, repeating history. But Esquivel's bronze finish earned him 6,085 points, good enough for third overall in the 24-man field, behind Australia's Kai Ellis Flint with 10,000 points and Taylor Jensen with 7,800 points. Fellow Filipino Jomari Ebueza is currently at 17th place with 1,330 points. Next up, the tour heads down under for the Bilyonaryo Bells Beach Longboard Classic in Victoria, Australia, set for September 17 to 21. With this podium finish, Esquivel proves he's not just here to compete, he's here to contend and represent the Philippines on the global stage. Reporting for the Scorecard, Sheila Salaysay, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Up next, fire meets focus in Arlington. Ari McDonald is in her bag. Boston's been unstoppable. But Paige Beckers is due for a breakthrough. One team's building a streak, the other is hungry to snap one. Who takes control? We're about to find out. So you can keep your eyes on the prize. Welcome back to the Scorecard. It's time to keep your eyes on the prize. All right, here we go. Saturday night in Arlington. And this one's got layers. No Caitlin Clark, no problem, at least so far. 3 straight wins for Indiana. The offense is moving. And Ari McDonald just went nuclear. McDonald dropped a career high 27. Aaliyah Boston, 4th straight double-double. And the Fever just put up 107 on a Phoenix team that had title ambitions 2 weeks ago. This team, they've learned how to play without their star. They're now 7-7 without Clark. But more importantly, they're playing connected, sharing the ball, locking in defensively, and hitting threes at just the right time. Now, the last time these two teams met, the Fever blew out the Wings by 19. Kelsey Mitchell had 20. Beckers had 21 in the loss. And Dallas, they have not forgotten. Now, speaking of Paige Beckers, she's quietly put together 11 20-point games this season. Her last one came in a heartbreaker to Atlanta where Naz Hillman hit the dagger with 2 seconds left. Now, Paige scored 9 in the last 5 minutes and still could not save it. The Wings, they have talent, but the math does not lie. They are 2-13 when trailing after the first. They start slow. They struggle to close, and without Maddie Sigrist or Tisha Harris, the depth just isn't there. Now, keep your eyes on this matchup. Aaliyah Boston versus Arike Ogunbowale. 2 completely different engines. Boston dictates tempo in the paint. Ogunbowale is instant buckets off the dribble. Whoever finishes stronger could swing this game late. And don't ignore the bench. Damiris Dantas, Sophie Cunningham, Chloe Bibby, they've been lighting it up. Indiana's second unit put up 12 threes last game. Now that's a massive weapon against a Dallas team allowing nearly 90 per game. Now here's where I'm at. If Beckers gets hot and the Wings hit early threes, they'll make this interesting. But if Indiana keeps moving the ball, if Aaliyah Boston takes over early, and if Ari McDonald keeps that momentum, this could get out of hand quickly. So stay ahead of the game as the WNBA playoff race intensifies. Indiana's riding momentum. Dallas is looking to snap back, and the Stars are just getting started. Now here's your full primetime breakdown for this weekend to Monday's matchups. And that's your full court focus. The Fever are finding their fire without Clark, while Beckers and the Wings are desperate to defend home court. The stage is set, the stakes are high. So tune in, lock in, and as always, keep your eyes on the prize. Before we go, think on this. From three-time National Intercollegiate Rugby Association champion and 2024 Paris Olympics Rugby Sevens bronze medalist, now one of the USA's most recognizable stars, known for her power, confidence, and fearless voice, Ilona Mayer once said, "Strong is beautiful, strong is powerful." And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you again next week on The Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. This has been Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening and happy weekend, everybody.